Roguelikes have taken over my life. Now, not in a literal sense, but definitely when it comes to gaming. If you've been playing games for long enough, you've probably hit a point where they start to feel kind of boring, like they've lost their spark. Some people chalk that up to getting older or not having enough free time, but I don't think that's the whole story. Picture me, a hard stuck, non talented, painfully mediocre gamer in most genres. I never have been cracked. I'm not pulling off any insane plays, and I'm just struggling my way through like the rest of us. And for a while, I started feeling like maybe games weren't hitting like they used to. I was getting busier with life, and even when I found time to sit down and play, I felt this creeping boredom, like frustration was growing inside of me, and that gaming wasn't for me anymore. But then I downloaded a game called Balatro. Now, this isn't going to be a deep dive on Balatro itself, though trust me, it is amazing. What I really want to talk about is the genre it introduced me to, one I barely knew anything about a couple months ago. That would be roguelikes. For those unfamiliar, roguelikes are a type of game where you go through levels. You get stronger as you progress, but the moment you die, that's it. The run's over. There's no checkpoints, no reloading save. At first, that usually sounds awful. Like the kind of thing that would push me away from a game. Maybe even push you away from a game, but weirdly enough, it didn't. It pulled me in deeper than anything I had in years. See, the thing about Balatro and what it shares with so many other roguelikes is the way it leaves you wanting more. Every time you lose, every time a small mistake ends your run, it doesn't feel like failure. It feels like fuel. The fire lights up again and you jump right back in, ready to go even further than the last time. This feeling is what sets roguelikes apart for me. There's no save point to fall back on, no rank system to climb. It's just you, the run, and the challenge of seeing how far you can go. In that loop, it hooked me hard. I started diving deeper into this genre, exploring more titles that may follow the same formula. So I'm going to put it in perspective for you. If I combine my recent playtime for the 3 most huge, visually stunning AAA games I have installed, Cyberpunk 2077, Black Myth Wukong, and Monster Hunter Wilds, all these 3 total up to 55 hours. Now, compare that to 2 roguelikes in my library, Risk of Rain 2 and Balatro. Together, these 2 have racked up over 100 hours. 30 of these were in the past week. So why does failure in roguelikes feel good, or at the very least worth it? In most games, failure usually means hitting a wall. You lose progress, you get frustrated, you maybe even uninstall. But in roguelikes, failure is the progress. Each run, even the bad ones, teaches you something about the mechanics, about your strategy, and how certain builds work or don't work. You start connecting dots without even realizing it. It's like a loop of learning, not just playing. You try a new character, you pick a different upgrade path, you get wiped out by a new enemy you didn't see coming. But next time, you know, and suddenly it clicks. Failure isn't the end of the run, it's the start of the next one. This is the weird sense of trust between the player and the game. It's not handing you wins, it's challenging you, but fairly. And when you do finally beat that boss or make it to a new area, it's your win. You didn't grind XP or some overpowered exploit. You earned it through knowledge and adaptation. That's something I didn't realize I was missing in most games. These games told me I was powerful, but roguelikes made me prove it. When I was playing Balatro, I was just barely scraping by. I would get the occasional win, and sure, it felt good, but I wasn't really dominant. Then, I had the run. A run that's kind of a legend in the community, the Bear in Mind build. It's a synergy that creates this massive multiplier by stacking the right cards. And while I was casually hanging out in a Discord call, joking with my friends, I stumbled into it. There I was, reclined in my chair, barely paying attention, and suddenly I was cruising through levels, racking up numbers I'd never even seen before. It was pure ecstasy, effortless domination, and the best part, it all snuck up on me. Another example is Risk of Rain 2. My cousin and I had just started a run together, slowly ramping up the difficulty, but eventually it was just me alive. Out of nowhere, we were teleported to the Void, a brutal, wave-based arena that demands ridiculous focus and a god-tier build just to survive. And somehow, I locked in. I was hunched over my keyboard, grouping elite enemies, popping cooldowns perfectly, and I was dodging like my life depended on it. I survived, and I kept the run alive. Meanwhile,
I think
my
it's
cousin,
infinite.
watching
It's
from the
going in a
grave,
loop.
was losing his mind in a voice chat, and I was just trying to breathe, still recovering from 30 minutes straight of rigorous gameplay.
I think
I'd
these
never
guys
felt
will
anything
drop
like it before. The mix of chaos, control, and clarity, it was addictive. Roguelikes reminded me why I fell in love with games in the first place. Not because they were easy, or not because they respected my time in a usual way, but because they challenged me, really challenged me, and they rewarded me with not just wins, but with growth. They made failure feel valuable. They made learning feel exciting, and they made every victory feel like it was mine. I wasn't chasing a rank, or I wasn't completing a checklist. I was just chasing the thrill of improvement. The kind you don't notice until you look back and think, wait, I couldn't have done this a week ago. I used to think I was just getting bored of gaming, but it turns out I just needed something to reignite the spark, and for me, the spark was found in roguelikes. Maybe it's not the games that got boring. Maybe we just stopped dying enough to grow.